Owen, Schwilk.
Barry Carr.
Which brigades have you both been involved with?
I'll say Castle Hill because I can't remember the name. It was the one next door to it. And Orange Bowlong Road.
I firstly joined the Kerr Creek Brigade, and then it was amalgamated with Mullion Creek, so I went to Mullion Creek. And then when we moved from Mullion, I'm at Molong now, and I'm the captain of the Orange Molong Road Brigade.
What changes have you seen over the many years that you've been involved with rural firefighting?
Considerable. When I first joined, our major weapon was the knapsack. We didn't even have beaters. We had to use bags or bushes to try and if we had to cut down a tree, we had to do it with a cross-cut saw or an axe.
Well, we were very similar, but we were in hilly country, so to get to the fire, we'd had to ride a horse, and then you tied the horse up, and you'd get a bag or a bush mainly, because there was no water. Well, there was a little bit of water, but you'd have to walk miles to get water, so it was mainly, and rakes. Rakes did a great job.
So from the early days, when did you actually get tankers that could actually travel on all types of country and fight fires?
Well, I never saw them in the Castle Hill Brigade, but when I moved to Orange, we did have a fairly good truck with a big tank on it, but it wasn't a proper thing, and I'm not quite sure when they first, it was quite late that we actually got a proper tanker, but we had, and everybody in the brigade had their own utility or that type of vehicle with 100 gallons on the back and a pump, and we'd get to the fires very quickly and effectively, because if you could get to the fire quickly, you could often put it out before it develops.
We were in steeper country, so yeah, we didn't. There weren't trucks in it. It was mainly just, as I said earlier, rakes and that. It was hilly, timbered country, so a little bit. But it was when we started to get trucks, as Owen said, it was only utes and with 44s on the back or something like that. Yeah.
So when we've come to modern trucks like the Category 7s and that's particularly for the hilly country, I said, when did that sort of occur that you got those type of trucks?
50, 60. Oh, it wouldn't be until the 80s, I'd say. And they weren't four-wheel drives or anything like that. And then we gradually got better. And the trucks are fantastic today, but there's a huge amount of money involved in what they're worth, $300,000 each, and big time, yeah.
What about aircraft?
I'd like to talk about that actually, because I'm very proud of the fact that the Orange Molong Road supported strongly Max Hazelton, who was the pioneer of aerial firefighting. And I might mention that at the time, the head office was against aerial firefighting. So it was quite an interesting thing. And the Hood family, on their airstrip, built a tank on a raised area so that Hazeltons could get in and fill up their small aircraft in about a minute. And that was a tremendous help because, again, getting quickly to the place is most important. But I'm very proud of the fact that we did support Max to the hilt, and I'm very proud of him. He's a very humble man, and we owe him a tremendous thanks. Because can anyone imagine what it would be like to fight fires today without aerial firefighting?
Yes, well, on our property we organised a cement tank, 1,000-gallon cement tank, and the aeroplanes they could come and fill. They knew it was there. It was gravity feed, and we were too busy fighting the fire, but they knew how to. The hoses were there, and they'd just come along and fill up, and away they'd go. And the forestry, we joined a forest, and the forestry uses quite a lot for firefighting.
What do you see as the future of firefighting? Technology-wise, where do you think it's heading?
Oh, well, I hope it keeps going, but manpower is going to be our big problem in my book. We're running out of...
Yes, our brigade is doing better than most, I think.
Yes.
But it is a problem, the manpower. And there's very few volunteers these days in any...
But it'll never work if people are saying we'll have to be paid. That if that was paid, came in, that'd be the end of the Rural Fire Service.
Why do you think it's difficult to find the next generation to come in and volunteer to help fight fires in brigades?
People are too busy.
No, that's the story.